Hello, I'm Chrissy Seaton. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. My cat's about to come down now, thinks I'm talking to him. Look, this is a rather impromptu video, and it comes at the request, there goes the tail, comes as a request from a few people, and this request has come up just in recent days. So I decided rather than put it off, I would address it as quickly as possible. Now, it's about Noahide conspiracy theorists. Now, this topic has been particularly uncomfortable and unnerving to a few Noahides who are just starting to be leading the lifestyle of a Noahide. They're still learning things. It's still fairly new to them, and they've come from other religious backgrounds. And so, of course, naturally they go on Google to find out more about Noahide lifestyle and things like that, as we all would do. And they've stumbled upon some of these conspiracy theories, and it's troubled them. And so I think it's best that I address it as best I can. And that is what this impromptu video is about today. As you all know, I usually do a few of my videos up in advance. But anyway, I'm doing this today, and hopefully I'll publish it today sometime or tomorrow. So let's get back to the topic. I've called it Noahide conspiracy theorists. Now, first of all, let's just put some, how shall I say, understanding about conspiracy theorists. Conspiracy theorists as a whole have been around since time began. There's been conspiracy theories about all manner of things that even you in your lifetime, be it only short, will have probably come across at some stage. It can range from political things, it comes up in political campaigns, comes up in religious debates, it comes up in anything from the food we put in our mouth to the medication we take. There is always a conspiracy theorist or group of them or body of them out there that have developed a theory, and that's really all it is. Despite what proof you put in front of them, they still persist with this theory. Clutch at flimsy items of either reading or interest or experiences, and so they project that as their truth. And so just to give you a little bit of a outline on some of the more common theories that have been around, examples of them, that is, we've had, the earth was flat back in pre-Middle Ages, and despite it being proven to be a sphere-shaped, we have conspiracy theorists now calling themselves the flat earth conspiracy theorists, so conspiracy theories live on as long as truth and debate exists, and if they want to participate in that, that's fine. Vaccinations. Conspiracy theories run amok, even in the past. For instance, the polio pandemic many years ago and the vaccination developed, there was all sorts of theories about that, conspiracy theories. We've even had conspiracy theories regarding the existence of the actual Holocaust. I know it boggles the mind to even contemplate that someone could ignore the plethora of evidence about something that was recorded and witnessed and living witnesses to attest to it, court cases, Nuremberg trials, all those things. And yet, to some people, that was all lies. There's nothing to support it. There's no evidence, well, you just wonder, don't you, about some people. then, of course, we more recently with the 5G, the 5G internet. What do you call it? I can't think of the right word. On our phones, 5G. Came in. It was going to do all sorts of things to us, from cause us mental health issues to send us blind, you name it, whatever. It was going to, put nasty thoughts in our mind and brainwash us, and, well, you know. The moon landing was another one way back. I can remember that, watching it on black and white TV, in the moon landing, and I was just so excited as a child. I'd been following the lead up to it. I was only young, I don't know, might have been 12, 13, I can't remember exactly. And to me, this was a great big historical moment. I wanted to enjoy every moment of this. And yet there were people to this day who still say that was staged in a movie setting or something. It never existed. Never existed. Here comes the cat again, the tail. Noah. To this day, they still say the moon landing didn't happen. So that just gives you a little bit of a background, very brief background on some of the better known conspiracy theories and topics that have been out there. Now, so how do we kind of deal with this? How do we deal with it? I'm talking about conspiracy in theories in general here at this point. Well, I guess the best thing to say is ignore them. It's a general term I'm using. Don't give them any oxygen. Don't give them any airspace. So, and I often say to people, look, not every question needs an answer, and not every comment requires a response. And there are some people, like conspiracy theorists, that you cannot have a rational argument or debate with them. They're not even listening to what you're saying. They're quick listening to what they can come up. So they're not even responding appropriately to what your comment has been, or your argument, so to speak, has been. So these people really are difficult to manage, and that's why they are best left to their own devices. They burn out eventually. It's like they run so far and wide and fantastically with their theory that they run out of fuel eventually. And then those same people will hop on another bandwagon. They're looking for another conspiracy. The whole global world is controlled by conspiracy theories, and everything's got a conspiracy towards it. So and of course, these people that contacted me, as I said, were very upset because I'd been reading these theories and conspiracies regarding the Noahide laws, from all sorts of fantastic things like the Noahides and the Jews are going to rule the world and cut the heads off people who don't follow the rules that are set up, or displease other people. It's too, it is upsetting for people to read that, particularly the type of people I'm speaking about, the ones who are just learning about the Noahide laws and just grasping some of the basic fundamentals about the lifestyle, etc. They read this, in one case, a family member was browbeating a new Noahide about all this and bringing up all these conspiracy theories on the YouTube channel, of course, Google, whatever. And this person in their own heart knows they're on the right track, but how do they respond and deal with that? And that is a very individual thing too. But it's suffice to say that the Noahide laws are founded in the Torah with biblical references. If you go to asknoah.org, you will find, I'll leave a link in the description box below where it tells you exactly what the Noahide laws are, what part of the Tanakh, Torah they're derived from, and all the information that you need. And I know this is difficult when you're first starting out on the Noahide path. There's a lot to learn, and you're getting information coming every which way. But please go to asknoah.org website. As I said, there'll be a link in the description box below, and you will find a whole lot of questions and answers there that will probably help you. To return to the story of this, Noahide conspiracy theorists that are out there, oddly enough, I have to say, their publications are becoming less and less. I think they've burnt themselves out. They might have gone now onto the flat earth, or I believe there's a reptilian conspiracy now. Maybe they're on that now. That might be the next thing. But these people are what we call it, when you're from the bush or a horse person, you say it's just a bit of a burr in your saddlecloth. You've got to, just get rid of it. Don't let it stay in that saddlecloth. Don't let that burr keep poking at you or poking at, the group you're with, because they're destructive. They are baseless individuals, and dealing with them is the best thing in the respect of ignoring them. Don't respond. Don't allow them. Just don't even look at what they say, because it's too ridiculous. Too ridiculous. And also, I've lived a fair few years. I even struck some of these people in nursing circles, that would say, oh, I don't think them, I read on this and that new drug's not going to do this, that and the other, and it'll do something. And often it was just fear. Something new was coming, or a new nursing technique that had never been done before. And you'd always get resistance, and sometimes it's more comfortable for people, rather than to put up intelligent debate or engage in intelligent debate and understanding and respect for both sides of the coin. It's easier and more comfortable for them to just poo-hoo it, and again, they won't engage with you. I guess the best way to say that, people that engage in these conspiracy theories, and they'll usually be following more than one, these people unfortunately don't have a very accurate intellectual compass, and or reasoning powers of understanding and reasoning, common sense, how shall I say, teasing the information apart and saying, does that sound possible? No, it couldn't be. So their intellectual compass and power of reasoning is, it's in a faulty mode. That's why I say sometimes you just can't argue or reason with them or debate with them. You just can't. You're wasting your breath and your intelligent and valuable time. So my answer to people that are worried about these things is ignore them. I can tell you from experience they're getting less and less. As I said, they're probably, those people that were fanning those conspiracy flames have probably moved on to something else. There'll always be a conspiracy about everything crop up at some stage. The important thing is to discern the truth from the nonsense. And when you read some conspiracy theories, it's quite comical, really, because but it's sad, because you kind of say, well, I don't think any intelligent or reasonable person would pay attention to that, do they? But every now and then they do, that because when people are new to something, as is the case with these few individuals who are just learning about the Noahide laws, they're getting all this natter, and then people pull out what they call their big gun. Oh, well, look, they're going to behead you. They're going to rule the world. They're going to do this and that and what have you. Well, God rules the world. Short answer, only answer. God rules the world. So please, I hope I'm trust that I've given you some clarity and information. The main important thing for people who are new to the Noahide lifestyle or just thinking about it or just interested and curious is go to the correct source. So that's why I'm going to give you that link for asknoah.org, because there's so much information on that website and also reference to things you can see and you can watch. And information, there's free information on there. So don't listen. You've got to learn to filter and sift out what's nonsense and what's proper teaching. And that is what you'll get from asknoah.org. Or by all means, you can leave a comment and ask a question on the YouTube channel. You can write a comment there. Or if you want to email me, you may do that, as these people have done. My email address is on my website, which is also linked in the description box below. But please, please, my dear people, I hope I've allayed your fears. Those conspiracy theorists about the Noahides have been around for a while. They are slimming off a bit, I notice. There's not quite so much. I actually had to search a bit for some conspiracy theories, but the people that are how shall I say, supporting those theories have no understanding of the Noahide laws or their biblical references. If you ask them to point out the biblical references for something, they wouldn't have a clue. Or worse still, they'll go to the Bible of another faith. So Noahide laws were commanded by Hashem, by God, for all mankind, 7 of them. Please take care, stay studying and on the correct path, and remember to go to the description box for further information. Also, thank you to my subscribers. You're always welcome to leave a comment on my channel, and don't forget to subscribe. In the meantime, I want you to please take care and God bless.